Before I reveal the 60-second technique that can transform your life, let me share a truth most people never realize. Every night, without knowing it, millions of people repeat a simple habit that blocks them from success, happiness, and abundance. It's not bad luck or destiny that keeps them stuck. It's a pattern embedded so deeply in the subconscious that they don't even see it happening. They relive worries, feed self-doubt, and reinforce fears. What they don't understand is that the last moments before sleep are the most powerful minutes of the day. If you don't control them, they will control you. But here's the good news. There's a way to break free, a method so simple yet so powerful that it can reshape your reality faster than anything else. Neuroscience and ancient wisdom both confirm that what you think, feel, and visualize before you sleep becomes the programming that shapes your waking life. These last moments are like an open gateway to your subconscious, a place where new beliefs can take root and old limitations can dissolve. And tonight, you will learn exactly how to use this hidden power to rewrite your future in just 60 seconds. Before we go further, I write in the comment this mantra: I attract prosperity and wisdom in my life, to increase the positive energy in your life. Now, imagine spending your whole life searching for change, working harder, trying new strategies, looking for external solutions, only to realize that the real prison was never outside of you. It was in your mind. Most people believe that their struggles come from circumstances, luck, or other people. But what if all of that was just a reflection of something much deeper? What if your reality isn't happening to you, but is being shaped by the thoughts and emotions you reinforce every single night before you sleep? The biggest mistake people make is this: instead of using those last moments wisely, they replay their fears, regrets, and frustrations. They go to bed thinking about what went wrong, what they don't have, or what they're afraid of. And because the subconscious mind absorbs everything without question, these same patterns keep repeating in their lives, day after day, year after year. It's not a coincidence. It's programming. The same programming that keeps people stuck in financial struggles, unhealthy relationships, and cycles of self-doubt. But here's what most don't realize. The mind can be rewritten. Dr. Jacobo Grinberg, a researcher who studied the connection between consciousness and reality, discovered something astonishing. He found that the human mind doesn't just passively observe the world, it actively creates it, and the most powerful time to shape this process is in the moments before sleep. In this brief window, the mind enters a hyper-receptive state, absorbing thoughts and emotions like a sponge. And what you focus on in those minutes doesn't just stay in your mind. It becomes the blueprint for the reality you experience when you wake up. Yet, instead of planting new possibilities, most people reinforce their old limitations without even knowing it. Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, certain areas of your life never seem to change? Have you noticed patterns repeating, as if you're stuck in an invisible loop? This is not random. It's the result of subconscious conditioning that is being reinforced every single night. But here's the incredible part. You have the power to break the cycle. Most people go through life unaware of this hidden force, but those who learn to harness it never see life the same way again. Jacobo Grinberg's work, supported by both science and ancient spiritual teachings, revealed something revolutionary. Reality is not fixed. It is fluid, shaped by your consciousness and molded by your beliefs. The moment you understand this, you reclaim your power. Because once you control your subconscious, you control your destiny. The question is, will you keep repeating the same patterns? Or will you take control of your mind and rewrite your future? The choice is yours. Jacobo Grinberg devoted his life to understanding expanded states of consciousness and how the mind shapes space-time. His research led to a profound discovery. Reality is not fixed. It is fluid, shaped by the neuronal field, the invisible matrix where all experiences are processed. He found that the subconscious doesn't just interpret the world, it actively reprograms existence based on what is repeatedly fed into it. This idea is not new. Decades earlier, Neville Goddard, one of the greatest minds in the study of consciousness, taught that the mind possesses the ability to create reality through a precise mechanism hidden within sleep. Goddard spoke of the hypnagogic state, the twilight moment before sleep, when the conscious mind loosens its grip and the subconscious becomes highly receptive. He claimed that any thought, emotion, or belief deeply felt in this state would inevitably materialize because the subconscious does not question, it accepts and manifests. What's fascinating is how science and esotericism converge on this truth. From neuroscience to ancient wisdom, the message is clear. The human mind is an architect of its own reality, and the final moments before sleep hold the key to its transformation. Yet despite this power, most people remain unaware of how to use it. Instead of directing their subconscious with intention, they drift into sleep unconsciously, reinforcing patterns of stress, doubt, and limitation. But those who understand the mechanics of the mind and apply the right techniques before sleep unlock an undeniable advantage. Neuroscience has confirmed that there is a brief window before unconsciousness takes over, when the subconscious is wide open, absorbing information like a sponge. This phase, known as hypnagogia, is the threshold between waking and sleeping, where the rational mind fades and the subconscious takes control. For Jacobo Grinberg, this was the moment when individual perception dissolves and the connection to the neuronal field strengthens. But what exactly happens in this state? Brain activity shifts. Beta and alpha waves, linked to active thinking, diminish, while theta and delta waves take over. And here's the key. Theta waves dominate a child's brain during the early years of life, a time when the subconscious is forming its deepest beliefs without resistance. This means that each night, you have the ability to access this same state and implant new ideas into your subconscious, reprogramming it at its most impressionable level. Ancient civilizations understood this principle long before modern science confirmed it. The Egyptians practiced visualization before sleep to access higher knowledge. Tibetan monks meditated in this state to transcend ordinary perception. Neville Goddard taught that this was the ideal moment to plant the seeds of a new reality. Because in this state, the mind no longer resists. What you impress upon your subconscious during these final moments before sleep becomes the foundation upon which your waking life is built. So ask yourself, how are you using this moment? If you spend the last minutes before sleep dwelling on problems, failures, and fears, you are unknowingly programming your subconscious to repeat those same struggles. Most people unknowingly sabotage themselves every night, reliving stressful moments, scrolling endlessly through social media, or absorbing negativity from the news. What they don't realize is that this is the time when their mind is the most vulnerable to influence. And because the subconscious does not filter, it simply accepts their first thoughts upon waking reflect the exact state they programmed the night before. This is the fatal mistake that 99% of people make. Every night they waste this powerful reprogramming state, unconsciously reinforcing the same emotional cycles that keep them stuck. And then they wonder why nothing changes. But those who recognize this hidden opportunity, the 1% who master this technique, understand that reality is not a matter of luck or external circumstances. It is the direct result of subconscious programming. They deliberately use the moments before sleep to affirm new realities, visualize success, and embed positive emotions deep within their minds. So now, the choice is in your hands. Will you continue to waste this sacred moment every night, unknowingly reinforcing the same life patterns? Or will you take control, start reprogramming your mind with purpose, and finally align your subconscious with the future you truly desire? Because once you realize that reality is shaped from within, everything changes. If there's one secret to unlocking your full potential, it's the power of self-picture. Few people realize that everything they believe about themselves shapes their reality. This happens because the subconscious mind doesn't question. It simply accepts and reinforces whatever identity you feed it. Think about someone who, after a few drinks, suddenly becomes bold, charismatic, or fearless. Alcohol didn't create these traits, it merely silenced the mental barriers that kept them hidden. The same principle applies to every ability you seek: confidence, magnetism, resilience, or discipline. These qualities already exist within you. What's missing isn't the capability, but the internal trigger that brings them to life. The key to activating this hidden potential lies in a brief, yet powerful moment before sleep. This isn't just a time of rest, it's a portal, a fragile doorway between the conscious mind and the vast subconscious, where real transformation occurs. Science has long confirmed that the brain operates at different frequencies throughout the day. When fully awake, we function in beta waves, linked to logic, analysis, and critical thinking. But as we drift towards sleep, the brain moves into alpha, then theta waves. Here's where the real magic happens. Theta waves are the same brain state that dominate a child's mind, the years when beliefs are absorbed without question, forming the foundation of personality. If you deliberately feed your mind with thoughts of power, success, and confidence in this state, your subconscious will accept these as truth, reshaping your identity from within. Now that you understand why this works, let's focus on how. The technique is simple, but its effectiveness depends on how you execute it. Start by lying down in a relaxed position, in a distraction-free environment. Close your eyes, take slow, deep breaths, and allow your body to sink into a deep state of calm. You are now entering the hypnagogic state, the in-between phase where your body sleeps, but your awareness remains alert. This is where subconscious reprogramming begins. Next, choose one powerful affirmation, something direct and impactful. It could be, "My presence radiates confidence and strength," or "I attract abundance and opportunity effortlessly." The key is to say it as if it is already true. Don't just recite words, feel them. Speak them with certainty as if you are stating an undeniable fact about yourself. Your subconscious doesn't respond to empty repetition, it responds to conviction. Now visualize the reality you want to create. See yourself living as the person you desire to be. Imagine the details with absolute clarity, the way you move, how people respond to you, the success you are experiencing. Engage all your senses. What does your environment look like? What sounds surround you? What does it feel like to embody this new version of yourself? The more vivid your mental imagery, the faster your subconscious will begin to accept it as reality. But here's the most important part. Feel the emotion behind your new identity. The subconscious doesn't just absorb words or images, it absorbs emotion. If you visualize confidence, feel that unshakable power within you. If you affirm abundance, experience the excitement of financial freedom. This emotional energy is what locks in the reprogramming, ensuring that your subconscious takes these new beliefs as absolute truth. Finally, fall asleep in this new reality. Maintain this feeling as you drift into unconsciousness. This is the key difference between those who see results and those who don't. If you fall asleep immersed in this upgraded self-image, your subconscious will work overnight to restructure your perception, beliefs, and behaviors to align with it. You are not just changing thoughts, you are reshaping the very foundation of your identity. And once your subconscious accepts a new truth, your reality will begin to mirror it effortlessly. From a spiritual perspective, this practice aligns perfectly with the ancient principle of co-creating reality. Every major esoteric tradition teaches that the universe is a mirror, reflecting the vibration you emit. Your external circumstances are not random, they are a direct projection of your internal state. By falling asleep with thoughts of power, confidence, and abundance, you align yourself with these frequencies, subtly reshaping the events, opportunities, and people that enter your life. Energy attracts like energy. This is a law that has been understood for centuries, from Eastern mysticism to modern metaphysics. On the scientific side, neuroscience offers a strikingly similar explanation. The brain houses a powerful neural mechanism called the reticular activating system, RAS, responsible for filtering and prioritizing the information that reaches your awareness. Think of it as your mind's internal gatekeeper. If you consistently feed your subconscious with thoughts of struggle, lack, or failure, your RAS will seek out and highlight evidence that reinforces these beliefs. But if you reprogram your mind with images of success, self-worth, and achievement, your RAS will begin filtering reality in a completely different way. You'll start noticing opportunities, making connections, and attracting situations that previously went unnoticed, all because your subconscious is guiding your perception in alignment with your new identity. This is why some people seem to experience effortless success while others remain stuck in endless cycles of limitation. It's not luck, it's programming. Those who master this practice understand that life is not a game of chance but a process of intentional alignment. If you apply this technique consistently, you will begin to notice subtle shifts, first in your thoughts, then in the way you carry yourself. Your intuition will sharpen. Situations will unfold in your favor without any logical explanation. This happens because your subconscious mind, now programmed with a new identity, starts directing your behaviors, choices, and perception of reality toward that version of yourself. Now that you understand the mechanism, the real question is this: will you keep reinforcing the same unconscious patterns before sleep? Or will you use this sacred window of time to program your mind for the reality you truly desire? The choice has always been yours. A new reflection of you. Imagine this: you stand before a mirror, gazing at your own reflection. But what if, instead of just seeing your physical self, you were looking at an exact projection of what you believe yourself to be? If deep down you see yourself as someone small, limited, or lacking control, the world will reflect this belief right back at you. But what if, for just a moment, you allowed yourself to see a completely different version of yourself, a version filled with presence, confidence, magnetism, someone who commands their reality with certainty and power? The most fascinating part? This version already exists within you. It does not need to be created from scratch. It only needs to be activated. It is like a dormant flame, waiting for the right spark to set it ablaze. And you have already experienced glimpses of this version before, even if you didn't realize it. Think back to a time when you felt completely untouchable. Maybe after receiving unexpected praise, hearing a song that awakened something powerful inside you, or even in a moment where external limitations temporarily dissolved, allowing your true essence to shine through. Maybe it was during a deep conversation, a moment of victory, or even a simple walk where you suddenly felt unstoppable. That version of you was never an illusion. It was the real you, unfiltered, unchained, and fully present. So what does this prove? It confirms that everything you wish to be is already within you, waiting to be unleashed. The only thing missing is a trigger, a way to consciously release this identity and make it permanent. That's exactly what the practice before sleep does. Now imagine that every night as you close your eyes, you are entering a dimension where reality is fluid, where the limitations of logic dissolve, and you have the power to rewrite your identity at its core. This is not just a philosophical concept. This is exactly what happens in your subconscious mind before sleep. It is a space where anything can be reshaped, where you can step into a new version of yourself without resistance. The only question that remains is, will you take control of this power, or will you continue allowing old patterns to dictate your life? The choice is yours, but remember, whatever you choose, your mind will make real. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast river. On the other side lies the life you dream of: strength, magnetism, confidence, and power. The only bridge is your mind. At this very moment, if you step into the identity of the person you aspire to be, that version of you will begin to shape your reality. The brain does not argue with what you feed it, it simply obeys. Consider the power of this. If every night before sleep, instead of revisiting worries, you immersed yourself in the certainty of this new identity, how drastically would your reality transform? Change does not begin outside of you, it starts within, in the unseen, in the silent rewiring of thought. The universe is not responding to your desires alone, it is responding to your frequency, the energy you exude. If your mind is dominated by doubt, it will arrange your world to reflect it. But if you train your mind to believe in the identity you choose, life itself will begin to reorganize around that belief. This is not mystical wishful thinking. It is the same principle that governs how water shapes itself to the vessel it's poured into. You are the vessel. Now, ask yourself, what would happen if you committed to this identity every night? Not as a passing thought, but as a deep, deliberate conditioning of your subconscious. The moments before sleep are a doorway to the deepest layers of your mind. This is where change is planted. You can continue allowing your thoughts to wander aimlessly, reinforcing old patterns. Or you can take control and program your reality with intention. The mind left untamed is like a ship without direction, but a mind trained with focus becomes unstoppable. This is more than positive thinking. It is a method of deep transformation. What you affirm in this state dictates how you perceive opportunities, how you carry yourself, and even how others respond to you. But here's the overlooked truth. One night of doing this is not enough. Just as an artist chisels away at stone daily to reveal a masterpiece, You must carve this identity into your mind night after night. Every repetition strengthens the neural pathways until this version of yourself becomes effortless, automatic, your new default state. Your challenge is simple but profound. For 7 nights, commit to this practice. Enter that meditative twilight just before sleep. Fully relax and step into your chosen identity with conviction. Feel it in your bones, in your breath, in the rhythm of your heartbeat. Imagine yourself moving through life with this energy as if it were already true. Fall asleep in this belief. If done correctly, shifts will begin to unfold. Subtle at first, then undeniable. Doors that once seemed closed will crack open. Opportunities will emerge. You will carry yourself differently and the world will notice. 7 nights. That's all it takes to set this transformation in motion. Will you let your mind continue recycling the same stories, the same limitations? Or will you break free and sculpt the reality you are meant to live? The choice is now. The moment is yours. Begin tonight. Dr. Delgado once demonstrated that thoughts alone could alter brain chemistry and behavior. Neville Goddard taught that assuming a new identity before sleep creates a gravitational pull that bends reality around your belief. You now hold this understanding in your hands. The only question left is, will you use it or let it slip away? Most people will let another night pass, tangled in the same loops, unaware of the power at their fingertips. But a few will take this secret and apply it. Those few will never see life the same way again. The power was never absent. The only thing missing was your decision to claim it.